Welcome to another episode of the Steal a Moment podcast with me, Michael LeBois. Today's guest is the band Rivals. Kaylee, Mickett, and Josh join me to discuss their new record coming out called Sad Looks Pretty on Me, which comes out on March 19th. There are 4 singles out right now that you guys can definitely go and check out. Kaylee lists them at the end of the episode. If you can get all of them named at the end of the episode, I might have a special prize for you at some point here in the near future. These guys were awesome. We had a lot of fun and actually may have spawned another podcast out of this one. You'll have to listen to see what Mickett has suggested and see what we do with that in the near future. Keep your ears and eyes open for that as well. On top of that, we discussed some of the most embarrassing celebrity moments, some of our great tour memories of the different tours that we've been on, and our 6 degrees of separation with other musicians. Thank you very much to those guys as well. Again, they are always welcome back here, and cannot wait to hear the rest of the new album. The 4 singles are absolutely fantastic, so definitely happy. This might be my last intro from the room, but we will see how that goes. As we now have a Wednesday release schedule, which is fantastic. Hoping to see some improvement in the numbers through the Wednesday releases and see what happens from there. If you guys do get a chance, though, make sure that you do subscribe down below. And on top of that, hit the bell notification to let yourself know when new episodes are posted. Also, if you could do me a solid as well and leave a comment. Today's comment word is Batman. If you guys want to do that, that would be great. Any interaction with the podcast helps the algorithm at YouTube catch it and allows for more eyes to see it. Also, massive thank you to Steph at WTF for getting all of this arranged with us and really working hard. She actually is her creation team actually helped design the thumbnail for this episode, which is fantastic. If you guys haven't yet, please go check out the new Gunpowder Empire single. I am working on a lyric video for that right now. And man, let me tell you, I have mad respect for people who make lyric videos. This thing is the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It's pretty incredible. And they are amazing to do. But yes, please go pick up Evil Within on Spotify, Apple Music. You can pick it up anywhere. Stream it and let us know what you think. We really want to hear what you guys have to say. Sean and I have been hard at work. We got a couple new covers coming your way for the YouTube channel. We also have are working on a cover that we're going to be recording with Van over at Benormous Studios. And we're starting to really get rolling on some new originals with some great ideas to take to Taylor Hahn. So yeah, we're excited about that. We may also have, we may be trying some other things out as well. Some guest appearances and some things like that. So keep your eyes out for that as well. If you guys get a chance as well, for those of you who listen to the podcast, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Let them know what you think of the show. Also, guys, reach out to me on social media. All my social media links will be in the description below, as will all the pre-save information for Rivals' new record and all of the information for the other artists and bands involved in all of these episodes. Mosaic has a bunch of stuff on its way. You should head over to their TikTok. They're releasing some really fun stuff over there, which has been great. On top of that, also go check out Patrick Creasy, the guy who did all my graphics and everything. He's got a band called Red Queen. They're getting set to start putting out some new tunes here soon as well. All of that's in the description below, guys. You can head there and check everything out from there. With that being said, Rivals and I would like to steal a moment. now, though.
Yes,
so
let's go.
there we go.
Whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, it's it's always interesting to like experience new things like snow for the first time. Like I've lived in Colorado my whole life. I'm from Denver. I know what snow is, but like people from the Northeast make fun of us all the time. Like, this isn't snow. We do the same thing to people in Tennessee and in Texas, though. We're like, that's not cold.
I know. It got to 12 degrees and I was like, this is freezing. This is freezing.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you guys have a chance to at least come and hang out for a little bit. And I did a quick review. Mick, it's good to see you. Almost see you. There you are. All right.
Sorry. Wait, my bad.
Oh, you're good. We actually just started recording, so you're perfect.
Perfect.
Yes. So I went back through today just to kind of refresh myself with like all of your music that isn't in my regular rotation, like Gunslinger, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. And then get to like watch the videos in full with like looking at them in detail and everything. What's kind of the vibe for these new singles? It seems like you guys are kind of showing off this new like kind of like this new like posh side. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. What's the story behind all that?
You know, sometimes when you're bored, you just end up making a song that's really heavy, and then you're like the next day, this is literally how this happened. The next day you're like, let's write the poppiest song we've ever written. Because why not?
Right. I can attest to that one as well as a musician myself. It's one of those things where you're just like, let's write something super brutal and we'll bring in Elijah from Cane Hill and do some fun poppy mix and then throw in a little hardcore in there. Yeah. It's always fun to like see people kind of play with genres. Is this the age of the genre fluid lifestyle we're seeing right now?
I think so.
Yeah, we are definitely,
I think so.
We're definitely genre fluid for sure. Genre bending, however you want to call it.
Genre bending, genre fluid.
Like Avatar. I don't know. This is my avatar. I did fucking Dragon Ball. I got this.
It's Kamehamehas all over the place, or Kamehamehas, however you want to say it.
No, but we kind of like pretty early. We're like, we should write like some songs that are off the wall. Like, let's do some. I can cuss.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Let's do some fucking shit that is so out of our realm and out of our like, spectrum. And yeah, that's how we ended up writing Bake Rich and Strawberries.
That's fucking awesome. That's always. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, it's not even the buck hasn't even stopped there. Like, there's not like there's even more songs that are gonna get released from this record that are still going to put people like on a loop. Like, they're not gonna expect it, and that's the best part.
And I think that's what's important too, is like, if you guys are going to be playing around with styles and be genre bending and making some plays, it's going to be awesome to like see how it changes and kind of plays with what your fans might be expecting, which is what I'm excited to hear. Cause I've definitely like each track I've listened to, I've been like, okay, where are we going with this? I like this. This is nice. It's a good feel. How does it feel like, have you guys kind of taken that opportunity through 2020 to kind of more so play around with this and see how it develops and grows and changes?
Yes, 1000%. I think because of quarantine and because of COVID, as much as it threw our schedule off of a loop, I think it's really allowed any artistic person to really open up be vulnerable and like go open, and really do it and change it up. I don't know.
Are you guys making fun of Josh right now? What's going on?
Probably right now.
He's talking about COVID, but we were during COVID. So I was laughing because I was just kind of like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
I think it wasn't until this CD that we all really got a chance to sit together and be like, hey, and this doesn't just apply to music, this applies to a lot of things. Like, you set your own boundaries. Like, the box that you live in is just because you made it. And realistically, like with the CD, we're like, let's just live outside our own box and see how far we can stretch this, you know?
Yeah, we're going for like more of like a rectangle rather than a cube.
Which is not a bad idea either. A little, you could go with yeah, stretch it, make it a little bit different. You could also change the angles, make it a rhombus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw it around, add some shapes, make it a dodecahedron. I didn't pass algebra or geometry or trigonometry. I have an English degree. Math is not my strong suit.
Math is my strong suit.
Yeah, I saw that your dog attacked you during math class today. Was that what I saw? I did.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show. This is getting YouTubed, right?
Yes, it is. This will be on YouTube.
This is my dog today. That's his butt. In my idea, I'm sitting in my chair.
Trying to do work.
You know?
So
can I have personal space?
No, your dog doesn't allow that. So Mick, I got to ask, how long have you been growing the beard and how long have you been a beard enthusiast?
Years?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, like when we first started this band, I didn't even really have a beard. So this didn't happen till like 2017 or something, like 2016.
Okay.
And then from then it was just like, well, I actually look better with a beard. Why am I not doing this?
No, Mick, I'm very disappointed. I thought you were going to answer that you came out of the womb with a beard, but it's okay.
That was the rest of my body.
So you guys have kind of already showed me that you have a nerdy side, which makes it even more fun to do these kind of interviews and stuff like that, because we can talk about really random shit. What is some of the nerding out that you guys are doing right now, since you guys aren't all together and having fun together because Kaylee had to go to Tennessee?
Sorry, I don't feel bad.
I'm just giving you shit.
I love it here. I do miss the guys, but I do love it here. But lots of national treasure jokes. Always. Video games.
What are you playing right now?
I just started Valhalla.
Okay.
So getting there. I also restarted the
Control.
I got Control, but I just restarted the Uncharted series just because they're so good. You gotta play them more than 5 times. Not saying that I played them 5 times.
What about you guys? Are you doing anything else?
Nikki, go ahead.
I'm actually in the midst of getting stuff ready for like a Star Wars short that I'm going to be doing, like a little lightsaber fight scene and whatnot. We're going to go up into the forest to make it look like the Forest Moon of Endor and stuff like that. It's been a weekend spent sword fighting together. So
didn't even know this was happening.
Well, now you found out. There you go.
I'm a surprise.
Well, if you guys need snow, we have plenty.
it's not Hoth.
Yeah, right.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. That's cool.
Oh man, yeah. What about you, Josh? What are you playing anything right now?
Honestly, no, not like video games or anything like that. But I honestly just got a car, so I've been nerding out on that.
Okay.
Like figuring out, like, yeah. I've just been nerding out on like how I can mod everything out and like just I don't know.
Josh is gonna roll up on practice in his Honda Civic. It's like
yeah.
You're like, fuck yeah, dude. Let's
go, Josh.
Dude, I got lights in here already. Like literally, I'll turn it on right now. It's like a disco going on.
Okay, Josh, if you figure out how to fucking make your Honda Civic fucking lift, we should definitely like. It'll be van, trailer, Honda Civic, so we can show it off at shows.
Yeah, dude. I'm down. Do it.
I'm down, dude. So down.
Hey, Josh, if you want to do underglows, I know how to do them.
Here we go.
Actually, legit. No, I have all the wiring for the lights. So yes, you can help me out. I'm not even kidding with you, dude. I have literally those buttons all over this place of this car, and like I just don't have the actual lights. All the wiring is inside though. So I have to just put everything that can go.
Oh,
what's up, dog? That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I'm playing back through the Wolfenstein series right now.
Yeah.
Oh
I never
wow.
played that.
I'm all about Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I just finished Old Blood and I'm going
Old-
into New Colossus.
Yeah. Old Blood was
Dude, that was great. The game's been out long enough. There's no such thing as spoilers at this point.
yeah.
The fucking like zombie Nazis that come out
Yeah.
after chapter 4 and that whole storyline is fucking ridiculous. And it was
What is
awesome.
this game?
So Wolfenstein takes place in a
Wolfenstein's
time
tight.
period when like you play as this true blue American named BJ Blazkowicz,
Okay.
who is trying to infiltrate a Nazi camp.
Already like
And,
it?
and in the first one, he gets essentially like he gets captured and then gets knocked out for what, like 20 years. He comes back in the 60s and the Nazis won the war. And you have to
Yeah.
go back through and essentially rewrite, like fight your way through these like insane Nazi mechs and crazy machines. And like,
Yeah.
it's insane.
What?
That sounds
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The Nazi
Yeah.
cat thing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
the thing in the camp.
Yeah.
Oh god, that thing was crazy. Yeah,
Wait,
but
what did they do?
they're just
It's like a-
machines. Yeah.
interesting.
What?
Oh yeah. No,
Nuts.
Wolfenstein is great. Yeah, all of it is great.
Yeah, and it was originally a PC game back in like the mid 90s,
Yeah.
like in the Doom
I used
generation.
to play that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like
they
old-
actually have segments in like Old Blood
Yeah.
and in the first in New Order where you can like go to sleep. They're called Nightmare Realms. You go to sleep and you wake up in the classic Wolfenstein like 64-bit game, and you
So
have to go through and
dope.
clear them out. It's legit.
That's cool.
That's so dope, dude.
Oh man,
I
it's
missed
crazy.
that game. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. So Kaylee, I have to ask, in the Strawberries video, you're rocking some roller skates. Do you actually roller skate? Like, do you enjoy?
I can ice skate. I did lessons for a long time. It's practically the same thing. There's not much difference.
Okay.
And I did own rollerblades back in the the 90s, early 2000s. I was cool, no big deal. But like
You
the
had
single row, not like the 4-1. But I've
Yeah.
been roller ranking. Is that like the
roller
correct term?
ranking?
Roller
Roller ranking.
I've been ranking.
Roller ranking.
I've ranked the roll.
I ranked once or twice.
I've ranked once or twice.
we have a rink here, a rink chain in Colorado called Skate City, and every kid who was the coolest kid had a skate party when we were 12, and so I
Oh my
roller
God.
skated a little bit in my day. Yeah.
So the roller rink.
Inline skates, or the 4 wheels.
No, the 4-banger.
That's
Although I
fucking
will say
great.
Mighty Ducks 2 made rollerblades cool for like 25 minutes. The Quack Attack is back, Jack.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
We're back. It's like, yeah.
Rollerblades are cool.
Dude.
Are you going to defend rollerblades hardcore here?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been roller ranking. Okay. No, but actually, like every single movie you've ever seen with a roller rink was my local roller rink in LA. It was
Okay.
the Glendale.
Oh,
You know what I'm
it's
talking about.
yeah.
Oh, I
It's,
can't think of the name
it was-
right now, but like every movie involving a roller rink is
it's
the
in
roller rink.
Glendale.
Like I've had parties there. I've been to parties there. Like
I
that
went
is
on a date
the
there.
roller rink. What is that roller rink called? Now I gotta Google.
It's right off the 5. It's in Burbank.
Is it the
Yeah,
Moonlight
Glendale.
Rollerway?
Moonlight Roller Rink.
Yeah, dude.
Google for the
Glendale.
win.
It's like Glendale Burbank, so it's like really close to like the studios. So like anytime they need a roller rink scene, they go there.
Okay.
And you're right there, right?
Yeah, so I always see
Kaylee,
it
right there in the
I'm
shot?
like, oh my god, I've been there. Pizza party. Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Is that Cody in the
Yes, Cody. Are you getting chips?
back?
He has a smile. He's like,
Oh, were those Doritos that I saw that he took out of the closet?
what flavor, babe?
You have a Doritos closet?
The sweet corn. Yeah, that's all that's in there. It's our so we have literally it's all top to bottom different Doritos.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
just kidding.
amazing.
That's not true. That's our pantry.
Oh man. Are you guys hoping to get back out on the road this year, or maybe think about next year?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no hopes in general anymore.
Yeah.
As soon as human possible, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
definitely gonna
it would
more
be-
likely be 2022.
Okay. Yeah. Same
Probably.
here.
It'd be
Because-
dope to do like maybe some like single shows, but like who knows? Like what? Honestly.
I don't want to do anything until someone else has done it first.
Right.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
It's not worth. It's not. I'll let somebody else dig themselves that grave.
What's
we all
what's
know.
Oh no, yeah. What's interesting is like it's different in every state. So I'm sure California, you guys have a completely different vibe than Tennessee. I've interviewed a couple bands from Texas who were like, "Yeah, we've been playing shows this whole time." I live in Colorado, where they just lowered it from like red to orange to yellow. So venues are starting to open up at like 25% capacity here.
But they can't make any money.
Right, but that's the issue we're running into right now is like they can. What's been really nice is we've developed a little pay-per-view system here, essentially like OnlyFans for bands, where it's been kind of like that certain venues have been able to find a way to monetize live streams and start to like pay for a scheme of that to do that. It's been difficult because it hasn't like it's really untested. But it's kind of worked. And I mean, we had a stretch there where we were having venues have 10 people come in, but they had to have a liquor license. So it was like more like playing a bar show.
Oh, so it's like our normal shows. Okay.
Yeah, same here. And it was playing to
Josh didn't even chuckle. I didn't even get a chuckle out of Josh.
Wait, what did you say?
He was just like, he's like 10 people come in, and I was like, oh yeah, so it's like one of our normal shows.
Well, yeah, that was one of those. That was one of those great COVID memes. I'll have to throw it in if I can find it. I'll throw it in the video right here, where it says, "It's like both of you wear a mask. 95% protection. One person wears a mask, one person nobody. Those ones. And then at the bottom, it's like, I have tickets to my show, and they just run away."
So our true life. That's
Yeah. So I understand that. I'm kind of sad Seb's not here because I like to talk shit with other bass players because it's unfortunate that I'm a bass player and a vocalist. So I get to work. What? So is he? Oh, nice.
Yeah, he has a hardcore. He was a metal vocalist, so he went and got an old school 1950s microphone tattooed on his hand because he's hard.
I have one on my shoulder.
the same one?
Dang it!
No.
It's
It's actually oh man, I'm all bundled up because it's still cold here. All right,
Here we go. We got him naked.
Dude, you're raising right
stripping
now.
on my own podcast. Okay.
Dude, yeah. Oh, that's sick.
Let's
Oh,
say
that is cool.
Yeah. So my sleeve is all the things that I do. So I work in television.
okay.
I used to work in radio. I play bass, but not this bass. This is my dream bass. If you guys want to give me like $2,300, I would love you. And then,
man?
yeah,
It is? That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could tell.
in the Tiffany blue, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
And then the
I was like,
old school Nintendo right there.
Love it.
that's amazing.
So yeah, it's
God,
it's
this
fun.
is the first time we've gotten someone on the podcast to strip.
Usually I pay extra for that, but I'm actually paying to have this out. So there. Oh man.
Love
But
it.
yeah. I luckily have a heater right here now, so I'll be fine.
Y'all not have
We haven't had heat here in our apartment for a week, and we were in negative temperatures. So we've been trying to use a space heater to heat this whole place. It was brutal.
Put your jacket back on. You're gonna die, dude.
I'm good for right now. It's good.
Guys,
It's nice and warm in
I'm gonna
here.
be honest.
What?
I'm gonna be honest. It was 62 degrees last night, and I was shivering.
Gosh, I can literally watch. I'm watching snowfall right
Yeah, I would if
Oh,
I
no.
could see a window, but I don't have any windows in front of me right now. So
now.
I have windows.
Yeah, I have a window right here, but the blinds are drawn. I don't feel like going over there to pull them.
Fair.
I'm comfortable.
Within your
Yeah,
within
I'm
your
in my
heated
bubble.
area.
I'm in my heated bubble. I'm good.
There's one more truly in there. Will you get
Oh yeah. So the other thing I was thinking was like I saw that, you know, since you'd moved to Tennessee and kind of how to feel that out. Have you guys been able to at least, or is the album fully recorded, or are you guys still working on things?
It's
You're
been
still
done.
Oh, it's done.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been done
So are
for
you
a minute,
a whole minute, an entire minute? Wow, it's impressive.
which is like essentially a year because of COVID.
Yeah, God, COVID messed up so many people's plans. Like I it's a bummer because like
I know.
I understand that feeling as a fellow musician. Like all of our single releases got delayed by like 6 months.
Yeah.
We couldn't shoot a video for a while. Like, you know, oh, that's
Oh my God,
oh, but like all of our, you know, we couldn't shoot videos because we couldn't get together, all that kind of stuff. And now we're like scrambling to kind of figure out how to fill content. What are you guys doing to kind of fill time right now before the release? Are you going to release another single? Are you planning on doing anything else before the album releases next month?
Yeah, we have one more single out. No video with it. Actually, we didn't really do anything for it. It's just another song that we really liked, and we wanted to put it out before the record came out because it was just so cool. But plans-wise, I mean, man, we're just doing the podcasties. We're ranking the rolling.
But we have our Patreon too. We have our
Yeah, we have
Patreon too, where we do like a bunch of like extra stuff on as well.
Yeah, we're gonna film one more video. I fly out. Well, I was supposed to fly out Friday, but I don't think that's happening. So I think I'm gonna fly out a week from now, and then we're gonna film, and then we're gonna have another video. So we'll have 4, I think, for the record.
Sweet.
So, but to take up our time, my Wawa. Thanks.
That's the best part. He just comes in and fucking here's your water.
Thanks, Cody.
Yeah, not much. Just hanging out, talking to people. Skincare.
We are writing more material now, which is dope though. That's fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are writing again.
That is the thing that I think a lot of bands have tried to do through this time frame is continue to the creative aspect of it and work to develop new sounds. Like we are in the process of writing something we've never written before, like a style of music that my band has never tried to write before.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Which is what?
we're kind of going a more melodic route with the next couple songs we want to write, just because
Oh yeah.
we tried to go a little heavier with the last single, like heavier for us with the last single, and it kind of just, for me, it didn't land right. So we're kind of taking it in a different direction. I'm trying some things. I'm challenging myself vocally, which I think is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And as a bassist, like I'm going to try some different things with this record. And my guitar player, who I've been playing with since we were 18, I'm in my mid 30s now. He's continued to grow and changes his style, and so we're kind of like growing and changing together to see how this goes. And maybe we can also join this genre fluid phase that you guys are a part of and make it fun.
I'm telling you, man, it's the best thing to do because one, if you establish right away that you don't give a flying fuck about a genre, then you can do whatever you want for the rest of your career and no one's going to judge you for it. Unless then, you know, that's obviously, that's not But I mean, why not? If one day you want to wake up and write a fucking folk album, everyone's going to be like, I mean, look at fucking Taylor Swift. That bitch has like 30 different sounds. Granted, they're all within like the pop realm. They're all like very vastly different in regards to that realm. And it's like, she can do whatever she wants. I mean, I don't think she'll be able to come out with a metal record, but you never know.
You never know.
I would not be shocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, dude, come on.
Maybe she'll hear this podcast. Try.
Yeah,
I'll come out with a metal record.
You won't.
You won't.
She did release, right? She just got done releasing all of her first record, but they called it Taylor's Mixes. and it was a remixed, redone version of her old record so that she could regain her royalties back. Is that what it was? Kaylee,
Yes.
Is that what it was?
She's essentially re-recorded it so her original recordings became less valuable.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
So, I mean, and that's not they own your masters. If you remix and master it, they don't own that.
Correct.
So it's just
word of advice to artists out there.
Own your masters. Whatever you do, own your
Straight
masters.
up.
it's just expensive. So it's like for people who don't own their masters, it's really expensive it can be very expensive to redo your record. So
but it could be worth it. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, especially in Taylor Swift's case where she's rich AF.
But that's the thing. She's for as many people who claim not to like her and not like her music, that chick has done more for musicians and artists than a lot of people who are like, I'm all about the artists. Like, no, she has set the precedent. Yeah, right? Like,
yeah, she boycotted Spotify.
Yeah, and in turn got artists paid, like got streaming. Yeah, and it's great, and I respect the hell out of her for it. She actually got fun connection. I have a 6 degrees of separation from Taylor Swift. So she sued a radio station in Denver, KYGO, for a guy sexually harassing her who was one of their longtime hosts. He grabbed her butt during a picture and like did it intentionally. Sued the guy for $1 on precedent just to prove. Yeah. He lost his job, and one of the guys I went to the media school with, essentially because of the removal of this guy, got a job at KYGO, and he's now one of their main rotation jockeys.
Wow.
So thank you, Taylor Swift, for getting Stretch on the air. Woo!
So it's like, don't do fucked up shit, and fucked up shit won't happen to you.
Right? Like, come on. Now, I'm sure you've had some creepos slide in your DMs.
Yeah,
in your lifetime.
Yeah, Mickey, it's really bad for Mickey. He's like,
yeah.
Mickey, all these people like, yo, just let me touch your beard, and I'm like, I'll sue you for $1. So calm down.
Yo, there's a fan page of your beard, Mickey. That's how bad it is.
That's also true. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
I have no control over. So.
Oh my god,
yeah. We thought
died.
You should start an OnlyFans for your beard.
Yeah, Mickey, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Oh my god, Mickey, I'll make you an app called OnlyBeards.
Oh!
I got you, dude.
Hold on.
Let me pull up my fucking
Bro.
Beard.
Yeah. But to answer your question, honestly, most people are pretty respectful.
Awesome.
I've obviously had scenarios like this one time. This guy tried to okay, hold on. Remember, who was with me? Josh, I think it was you. We were at a show, and this guy was drunk. Obviously, that's usually how it goes. And he was with his girlfriend, and he came up to me.
Oh,
do you remember this?
Yeah.
And he started full blown hitting on me and trying to hug me and getting really touchy. Right in front of his girlfriend, and I was like, thanks.
Wasn't this a treat?
Josh was like, okay, dude, we have to move on to the next person. Get the fuck out of here.
Trees in Dallas?
I think it was trees in Dallas.
No, it wasn't. We were in Texas though.
Was it Bomb Factory? Was it in Dallas?
No, Jake's.
Oh, was it?
Come and take
it. If that's in Lubbock.
Lubbock.
That's in Lubbock. That wasn't me.
Oh,
that was Seb then.
Maybe it was
had to be Seb.
Okay.
One of them was with me, and it was really awkward. But for the most part, people are pretty respectful. A lot of the time, if anybody hits on me online, that's kind of expected. People are fucking go for it, whatever. But I usually just say thank you, and that's the end of the conversation, or they keep going, and I stop responding.
Well done. That's impressive. Don't feed the trolls. That's rule number 1, guys. Don't feed the trolls.
Don't respond. It's the easiest thing to do. I put a little check. I put I don't know if everyone's can do this, but you can flag account. You can put a little flag next to their messages, and that's my warning sign. Don't open.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a limit thing, but I can do that, so that's what I do. But for the most part, people are pretty respectful. Like that was really the only scenario where it got creepy. Otherwise, people are really nice. And most people know I have a boyfriend. So they're like, how's Cody?
Yeah.
He's good.
Sweet.
So,
It
so.
always helps. Josh, do you drum shoes or no shoes?
Shoes.
Oh, you know what? Shout out to Veratum, because they always set me up with the best drum shoes ever.
There you go. Product placement.
Right?
It's fantastic. I
No.
love it. Yeah,
But
no.
also at the same time, like sometimes it's out without shoes, sometimes as well. I like to
Okay.
play both worlds.
Mickey, have you ever seen him play without shoes? Don't lie to the masses.
I don't want that.
Don't lie.
Oh man. So Mickey, why'd you cut the hair, man? I was loving seeing it flow in the music videos, but I mean the blonde looks good on you, but why'd you cut it?
I was starting to look like a hobo guy there for a second, like a. It was just getting like my beard was like super super long and my hair was long, and people were offering me change and stuff. Like it just wasn't.
Yeah. Ask him if he started a cult. Like it was getting.
Yeah, like.
Sing folk songs, start a cult, and you know.
There was a portion of time when a bunch of people were like, "Hey, you look like that one murderer," and I was like, "Oh yeah,
tight. I'm done."
Yeah, like, well, cut my hair. You know.
That's always fun when they're like, "You look like that one murderer who's on that podcast I listened to the other day," which was not my podcast. Because I don't do murder podcasts. Other people do those, and they're way better at it than I am. So I let them have it.
I don't have enough attention span to like go and research that.
I always get Ted Bundy when I wear my glasses.
I listen to Sword and Scale and the No Sleep podcast every once in a while. Shout out to Hannah of oh man, I always want to call them by their old name, but Hannah Hard Sick Heroin. Good lady over there. I was in Scarlet Canary with them for a while, and that's how I know Mixie and all the people in God, why did their names Stitched Up Heart? Names are bad today.
You were in Scarlet Canary?
Yeah, I was the bassist for Scarlet Canary for a while.
So, story time. When right, and this actually has to do with the Black Sheep in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Because back when like we first started playing the Black Sheep early on, this was I think on the Kaylee. I think this was out with Scars, where two of the members from your old band, the Canary band, came out to our show. It was the singer and I think the guitarist.
Yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
They Hannah and Alan. Yeah, okay. Shout out to them. They're good people.
Are they
super band?
Sweet.
Yeah, so their new project is called Heartsick Heroin.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, I knew this.
Yeah. They're legit. Okay. They're awesome. The good times with them. Man, if we could, I need to get Mixie and Decker on this podcast at some point.
Decker
and talk about the North Dakota bonfire story, which is one of my favorite memories of the short little tour we did. So when I was in the band, we played Dame Nation in Illinois, and then drove to Minnesota and played in Moorhead, Minnesota, right outside of Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo.
And played in Algona, Iowa, with Gabriel and the Apocalypse.
Any of these places.
That's because they're like this big.
We've never been any of these places.
But actually, so we played at a place in Moorhead, Minnesota with Stitched Up Heart. And then we got invited by like the 15 people who came to the show to a bonfire in North Dakota across the border right next to the college there. I think it was North Dakota State, which is right there. And so the stories that could be told, I don't have permission to tell them as of right now.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. Fireball was involved.
Yep.
Yes.
I slept in a car because I had to drive us back to Colorado. So I did not drink that night. So I remember everything.
Oh my God. What year was this?
Oh man, this was probably 2013 maybe.
Oh, wow.
Dude, you're talking about like when Stitch up like that. That's like the formative Hollywood days of
Right.
back
Yeah.
over here. Because during that time, they were Stitched Apart and like Black Veil Brides. Like Mick and Kayla, you guys know about this too, obviously. Like
I don't know
I
who
think.
anyone is. I'm just kidding.
Well, it was just like that was just like the Hollywood days back then. That's crazy.
Actually, I did a Twitch stream with Mixie. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was when I was trying to get you on here before, and everything got all mixed up with that, and I was like,
no, we kept trying, and it just kept everything just kept. To be fair, it was definitely my fault the first time because I totally forgot. And it was so. I have everything in a calendar. If there's one thing I am, it's organized. Excessively, actually, it's kind of a problem. And I don't know how it slipped my mind. And it happened twice, didn't it?
It happened the first time was because of the Mixie thing, and then I tried to get another one scheduled, but like schedules just didn't work out. Yeah. So what I've been doing with this is making sure that if I miss out on a band that I really want, like you guys, I will go back and retry and like reboot and try again. And Steph was nice enough to get everything organized and put together for it. So I appreciate you guys being able to make this work out. It's always
no, thank you, man.
This has been fun.
Yeah, no problem. And I like it more.
Can I ask you a question?
Always. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you had to choose out of anything in the world, what's your favorite video game?
Oh shit. Personally, it has to be the original Silent Hill.
Ooh.
That's scary. Ugh.
Yeah. So fun story about that actually. So when I was because that came out when I was in high school. I was like a freshman in high school, I think.
Like 45 years ago.
Yeah, I was old man. I've been.
Wait, how old are you right now?
I'm 34.
Yeah. Thanks.
Nice. So I got a PlayStation for Christmas that like a couple years before that, and I was all pumped. And when my mom and I moved, we moved right next to a Hollywood Video.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And the first game I rented from that Hollywood Video was Silent Hill. And I had to hide it from my mom because it was rated M and it was a dangerous game. And I beat it, and it was the I ended up working there. That was my first real job. Yeah, no, I straight up stole that shit. I got some DVDs up here that I stole from Hollywood Video before we closed it. Yeah.
Oh my
Confession.
God.
What did they do with all the DVDs when they closed?
So actually they sell them to other like mom and pop shops. A mom and pop shop in Utah bought like our entire inventory. And anything that they can't sell off, they put in a storage unit, and then someone can buy that unit, and then it's on Storage Wars.
Love it.
I'm kidding. I don't know actually.
Maybe.
Yeah, but probably.
They found Dead Mouse's storage box one time on Storage Wars.
Oh my God.
With a bunch of his helmets and shit.
Dead Mouse 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to finish the Silent Hill story, I got it and I beat it in 5 days. I beat it before the rental period was over because I had no life, and I sat in, like I was off of school or something, and I like sat and played it. And there was a point in the game where it's like the end of the game where the main boss is like this moth monster, and I remember it ripping out of the girl's body and like coming out and being the moth monster, and I threw my controller at the TV and ran. I was like, this is horrifying.
That's why we put those straps on there.
Yep, that's why we did it. Yep. But yeah, so that kind of stuck with me, and then I've been a survival horror fan ever since. So I've played all the Silent Hills. Then I am saving money for a PS5 to play Resident Evil Village, because that game looks unbelievable, and vampires are actually cool, not Twilighty and strange. But
yeah, we got the PS5. We got lucky. Fluke got a PS5 a couple months ago now. It was like a couple weeks after it came out. Random scenario. And my boyfriend's like, okay, well, I want this TV for upstairs. And I was like, okay. So he sends me the TV. And of course, it's like this bougie ass fucking extra TV. But I will say it's really nice because now playing the PS5 on a QLED, it's just like.
What does that mean?
What?
It's like
What
quantum
is a
crystal.
QLED?
It's like the
Oh.
yeah, it's like this like it's
Okay.
like the fanciest fucking TV you can buy. It was
Ridiculous.
unfortunately expensive. But playing video games on it is like a whole new level of like, I can't imagine playing a scary game with those graphics.
Oh wow.
It's so insane, like just so vivid and just you know.
Chef's kiss.
I like that.
That might be the thumbnail by itself. Just
If someone's watching this and they want to draw me like this.
Done.
That'd be my
Done.
profile photo for sure. just me drawn out. It could be it doesn't even have to be great. You could spend 30 seconds on
It has to be good, but it doesn't have to be great.
All right. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna find this. Let's see if I got a clock on this somewhere. How do I not have a clock on here? I'll find it and I'll put it into Photoshop and I'll just use the trace tool and like blow it up and make it beautiful. There we go.
Oh, like MS Paint style.
Yeah, MS Paint
All
style.
fucked up.
You know, Kaylee, it's also funny because you mentioned both of my girlfriend's like favorite video game series. She's plowed
two
through the
girlfriends?
Uncharted. Yeah, they're both over there too. I live with both of them. It's awkward. I'm poly. It's strange.
All right,
I'm learning.
Colorado.
I'm learning.
I'm learning.
But she's a huge Uncharted fan.
Yes.
So we have like a Nathan Drake figurine that lives in our apartment. That's awesome. And
That's pretty dope.
yeah, so she's so attached to him, she calls him Nate like they're friends. It's amazing. I love it. Warms my heart.
I actually had never played them before, and I had heard of them here and there. But I'm like, I don't know, I just never really got around to it. And then beginning of quarantine, all like PlayStation did that huge thing where they put a bunch of games on for free so that you could, because everyone was home and they were like, here's some free games, have fun. And so I downloaded the whole series. And I think they only gave 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I played through them all. And then I was like, I ended up buying 4, and there's a 5th one. Yeah, that's the one with the chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up buying both of them, and because they were just so good. Like I guess I just wasn't expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I can't believe those games aren't like way bigger.
It's because they're exclusive to PlayStation, and you know, Xbox fanboys won't jump the shark to come play them.
So good. If you like a good adventure story, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I found out?
What?
You know what I found out about Xbox history? It actually never made it into the Japanese market.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I was reading something. It was probably on TikTok, honestly, but it was about just like tech shit. And it was like, because of, I don't necessarily know if it was because of Sony in per se, but they had so many other type of computer or, you know, video game software or whatever that was able to rival Xbox. It just didn't even matter.
Rival.
Which is crazy.
Right.
I know, right?
Nice. Yeah. That's guerrilla marketing right there.
Really glad you just said that.
All right, Mickey. So I see I have all your guys' Instagrams up here because I follow all of you individually as well as the band. I know Creeper Mode, right?
Oh well.
But I see that you're a Star Wars lover, so I have to ask the ultimate question: what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh gosh,
that's a loaded question.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a loaded question because I know what the answer is supposed to be, and my answer is not that.
Okay, what's the answer supposed to be, and what's your answer?
The answer is supposed to be The Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally everybody's answer. And I honestly, I think that's because we got Snow in it, we got Boba Fett in it, but realistically, not too much happened in that besides the fact that everybody just lost. And, you know, Han Solo got turned into carbonite. But I'm actually going to say Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
for the sake that we got to see the Force Moon of Endor. We got Han Solo back. A bunch of stuff not only happened on a desert planet, but on a forest planet. We really get to see, multiple planets. And because I felt like Cloud City was kind of a cop out. They just did everything in. But I love Ewoks.
It was.
You love Ewoks? Okay, so I was watching something today.
Looks like one.
When I was born, I thought I was the Ewok, so it was controversial.
I'm surprised you haven't been one for Halloween.
I'm for the first time in my life, I'm too tall.
Oh, honey.
He did chop off some of his hair though too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching there's a YouTube channel called Outside Extra that does a lot of like lists and stuff. It's based out of the UK. And they did a list of 7 Star Wars games that were never released. And one of them was an Atari game that was Ewoks Adventure.
Yeah.
And
So like Ratchet and Clank, but like you're Clank the whole time?
Essentially, yeah. But like they said the creators of the game made it so that it was like this really intense like flyer for the Atari 2600, but they said it was too dynamic for players to play, so they scrapped it. But when you said that, I was like, one of the comments in that was that people thought that Ewoks were just like a franchise tool to sell plushies, but they are a key story component.
Isn't that what Baby Yoda is?
Isn't what?
Isn't that exactly what Baby Yoda is?
Well, yeah.
It's definitely a market to sell plushies. He's so adorable.
I think it sucks that Ewoks.
Disney Strikes Back.
Okay. Right. No. Okay. I agree with Nick though, because like Return is my favorite film too. But like, I feel like what they did with Chewbacca and his family and showing that war and what was it called? Like the war of whatever the fuck, like his planet. Yeah.
Kashyyyk.
And like all that
Kashyyyk.
yeah. So like when all that shit went down, I feel like they were trying to do that. Like they wanted to do that with the Ewoks, but they just didn't know how to because they are this cute little furry thing, but really they're these fucking menacing, like they're like a hunter-gatherer civilization that are like pretty much they run a big part of Endor essentially, right? Or the furthest moon of Endor, obviously it was called.
Okay.
But I just wish they did that.
I
want to bring up that in Return of the Jedi, and nobody ever remembers this. They were gonna eat Luke and Han.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks that this was a thing. Yeah, we all just like, oh, they're adorable. Like, don't worry, it's C-3POs. They're God.
Vicious.
Yeah, and then not to mention, okay, I'm gonna tell you some stuff. Chewbacca though, his family wasn't even in that whole Kashyyyk war. If you watch the holiday special, that's his family.
Yep, the holiday special
that's right.
that Hamill has been trying to forget for 40 years.
Yeah, and Ewoks also had its own movie. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, and it was fantastic. It was actually
Wait, which one?
The Ewoks movie.
Oh, there was 2 of them.
I think it was just one.
Was it? Just
There's a little boy and a girl, and they get lost somewhere on the fourth
Every
floor.
time Mickett talks about Star Wars,
yeah, I remember that one.
like I like Star Wars, but he like it's not even love. Mickett is obsessed. Star Wars. He knows everything. I actually, if we ever were to play like what trivia for Star Wars, Mickett's on my team.
Yeah, dude. If I ever need that, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram and be like, "Yo, Mickett, I need some help. I got some Star Wars trivia. I got a, puck
Yo,
up
I'll
on."
tell you right now, if you ever want to do a Star Wars podcast, I need 2 other guys who know just about as much, if not more than I do, and we'd totally be down.
Oh
Nerd
man, I will. If you want me to drive it, dude, I'll do it. I'm not like I
serious.
love Star Wars, but I am not as invested as most people. I'm one of the few people on the planet who actually doesn't completely hate the prequels. I think they have merit where they're due, but they also have massive problems. I understand that. I did Platinum Jedi Fallen Order in like a month, so
Nice.
I hope that.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We have an insult in our band, and we always talk about who's what Star Wars character.
That's an insult in the band?
Oh, I mean, being Jar Jar Binks is.
Oh, yeah.
And it usually falls somewhere between 7 Josh. And then they argue about it for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. But then we end up just throwing it on the fucking Bender half the time.
Yeah, we did, for sure. And then Bender goes, "I'm not Jar Jar."
I'm not Jar Jar. Well, that's the downside of being in the rhythm section, right? It's like we just have to take the brunt of all of the abuse.
Oh, dude, I play drum. That's all I do.
Josh, tell them the I play drum story. Tell them.
Oh my god. Okay. So it was an incarceration.
I don't
was
even.
that festival?
I think so.
I think it was. Yeah, we were playing one of these festivals. It was great. It was by far one of the coolest like radio rock festivals ever done. It was the only one we ever did. But somehow we got there a day early because they gave us a bunch of passes to check out everything that was going on. I think that night Shinedown was playing. I think they were playing in this specific moment actually.
Yeah,
and so one of the security.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was insane, dude. It was like 10,000 plus people.
Yeah, I was just. I've seen some bands play, but it was nighttime. There was 10, 25. What was the cap on that festival? 20,000 people. Everyone was there to watch Shinedown, and it was just lights.
A sea of people. It was crazy.
We were side stage. I don't know how we got up there. That we should not have been up there. Like stand on the fucking on the thing, and they were like, "Yeah, no, come on, no problem." And we were like, "Okay." And we were just one of those like, "We're cool."
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, go ahead, Josh.
So pretty much what happened was at this point, we were there early, so we got to get loose a little bit. So I had a few too many drinks, and all I remember was that I was so amped up about everything that was going down and like seeing Shinedown and all like everything that I looked at Kaylee and I think I definitely said one other thing, but I think the first thing I said was, "Kaylee, I'm so happy I play drum." And like that's all I said, and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
I was like, "What?"
I was so just like in awe about everything that was happening. So it was terrible, but it was great.
And awe. So he was weeded, he was alcoholed, and he was stoked. So
I was so stoked.
I literally remember him looking at me and he was like, "I play drum." So forever since we've told the story, and it's always a joke between our band. It's just anytime Josh does something stupid, we go, "I play drum." It's ridiculous.
That's fantastic. Oh man.
I don't think we've ever told that story.
That's
not
fantastic.
all the way in its entirety. No, whenever we say it, we always have to be careful of what we say because it was just like there was a lot of things happening. It was great. It
was a great night. We had fun.
Oh one of my favorite stories about being a fan at a show. So I saw Hands Like Houses play here. This is probably like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. And I was wearing their hoodie like off stage. And I do not regret this by any stretch of the imagination. I will lead with that. Mm-hmm. And the show's over and they're in the back and a couple of them came up to sign autographs. And I'm just sitting there like side stage waiting for my friend to get out of the bathroom at this venue. And this girl walks up to me. She goes, oh my God, you were so amazing tonight. You absolutely destroyed that bass. You were so good. Could you sign my ticket? And I was like, yeah. So I signed it. To this day, I've been waiting for her to find out that it wasn't me. She won't. But if she does, just know I am a bass player who has toured and has played that venue before.
God. But I am a bass player.
Yeah, it's always funny.
This is my favorite question because I like this is my favorite thing in podcasts. So, what's your most embarrassing celebrity story?
Oh wow, that's an interesting question. Do you guys have one?
I have one
as
for
well?
you.
Oh, we all have one.
While I think about mine because there's a few. Go for it.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Josh, you go first.
Okay, this is the band knows this one too. So on the first day of the Tillian tour, we drive. This is a very long tour. So we had just got done doing the New Year's Day thing. We did a 2 week by ourselves, and then we were just starting the Tillian Pearson tour.
We're
and
like
so
9 weeks into the tour.
Oh shit.
yeah, dude, we were tired. We had just drove. We just because it was starting in Colorado, right? I think it was starting in Denver,
Yeah.
and on that same tour, I was asked by Landon Tours to fill in on drums, to do like a double set. So I was eager to meet Landon. I knew that Landon was in Tillian's bus and the rest of the crew. So when we park, I see their van. I run up to their Sprinter, and I see this tall, like, good-looking dude coming out, kind of like with a baseball cap covering his face. And I run up to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm Josh. You're Landon, right? Nice to meet you." And he's like, "I'm Tillian, man." And I was like, "Oh, I just called."
I feel like there's 13
singer of the whole
into the tour.
Totally embarrassed myself. So that was my first day tour.
Halfway through that tour, so Seb, our bass player, is a really, really big Landon Tours fan.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Huge Landon Tours fan. So from the moment we got the tour, Seb was flipping out. He was very excited. Okay.
Yeah.
So we show up, and we're like 2-3 weeks in, and we're back in California. And Seb's ex, who we played shows with, she's actually really sick. She comes to the show, and I guess she had a conversation with Landon. Well, she told Landon, because they're exes, they dated for many years, so she knows how much she likes Landon. So she, I guess, had a conversation with Landon and tells Landon how much of a huge fan Seb is. A very big fan of Landon. Oh, no. So Landon comes up to Seb and goes, and if you know Landon or his personality, it'll make more sense.
Yeah.
He goes,
I love Landon Towers.
"So Seb, I hear you're a really big fan." And Seb goes, "What?"
Dude, he was so embarrassed.
So embarrassed. He just lost it. Like, that was, yeah, it was really funny. That was a good moment for her. I know that's not mine, but that's Seb's, and I always know his because he always tells the same one.
That's fantastic. Make it. Do you
Seb,
have
do you
one?
want to talk about how you almost had sex with the warrior princess?
You and Lucy Lawless, bro? For real?
So I was at a friend's birthday, and I guess they knew Xena the Warrior Princess, right? She comes, and she gets pretty drunk, right? And she was somehow
I don't even know this story.
Josh is finding.
I don't even know this story. What the fuck?
She's sitting next to me, and she gets pretty drunk, and she goes, "You're kind of cute." And my only reaction was like, looking back at it now, I regret just being a wiener about it. But but yeah, very embarrassing.
Okay.
Dude, can we tweet her?
She probably won't remember.
One time you were at a party and you told me you wanted to have sex with me.
I'm in a rock band now. Let's do this.
Oh
my god, that'd be so funny.
Okay, so I have two that that stand out to me. So I'm a huge stand-up comedy fan, like massive. And my favorite stand-up comedian is Chris Hardwick.
No idea.
He ran the Nerdist podcast. He's the host of The Wall. Okay. Yeah. So he would come to Denver a lot, and I always try to get like close up and sit close. If you've ever been to, there's a venue in Denver called the Comedy Works. It's really small, really intimate venue. It's really cool.
A lot of comedy places are.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's our version of the Comedy Store. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But so he has this song that he wrote with a fellow comedian named Mark Furman. And their band name is Hard and Firm, the greatest band name of all time. because it works for their names. It's beautiful. But they have this song called El Corazon, which is they believe that the history behind the love song in Spanish is that it's the lyrics sung in Spanish, and that the key to any lovely Spanish song is El Corazon. The funny thing about the song is it's the scientific function of how the heart actually works in Spanish. So it's
my God, really?
So it's all about how like it pumps blood to all the muscles and how it works and everything. So he comes off stage and is singing the song, and he's like singing in the crowd, and he puts his arm around me as he's singing, and I'm singing with him, and I put my arm around him to like embrace him in brotherly side hug awkwardness. And he turns to me and goes, "Don't ever fucking touch me again." And I was like, oh God, I just lost my chance at ever being friends with my idol. Oh.
Was he serious?
No, he was kidding. He was like 100% kidding. He was 100% in character, and he like gave me a high five afterwards. Wow. But like I was like, oh no, what have I done?
That'd be so fucking funny. He's like, no, fuck you, don't ever touch me.
And then, bro.
The other one. So I was in a band called Red Tide Rising for a while, and we toured with Drowning Pool, Like a Storm, and a band from Australia called A Breach of Silence. And so we did a bus split with Drowning Pool. So we're on a tour bus with Drowning Pool for this entire tour.
Cannot relate. Okay.
And we were also the crew. We were also the crew for the tour. So we got to like set up everything for every show, and then get to play a half-hour set at the beginning, and then we got to stay up till 3 a.m, tear everything down, and then wake up at 10 o'clock in the next city, which was really cool. It was an awesome experience. But
like,
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it was
that's
brutal.
That's Warped Tour shit right there.
Yeah, dude, it was brutal, but it was totally worth it. But I get to we get back to Denver. We're playing our first show in Denver. The tour started in Texas, and we're in Denver. And my friend comes up, and she's so excited to see me, and she gives me a huge hug. And I'm like, these are the guys in Drowning Pool. And she turns to me and goes, wait a minute, they're called Drowning Pool? And I went, yeah, it's on the ticket. She goes, oh my God, I've been calling them Deadpool for the last 3 weeks. And I'm standing with Jason Moreno and Mike Luce.
At least kind of funny.
Yeah. And I'm like, I do know her, and I'm sorry. But it's funny. So behind me, there's a Deadpool poster that lives in our bedroom normally, but since they're working on it, it's signed by every member of Drowning Pool, signed by every member of Like a Storm, and A Breach of Silence, and us, in honor of the misnaming. She gave it to me as a gift to have it signed by everybody on the tour.
That's
and
funny.
So that hangs up in my bedroom next to my. Oh, they loved it. I got shit for it for the back leg of the tour, which was much deserved.
This is the one thing fans don't realize about tours is one thing can happen the first day of tour, and no one will let you down about it for 30 whole ass days.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. My nickname was Patches on that tour. Yeah. It was brutal. And
it's so good though.
But
I love it.
It brings you together. That's the thing. Like moments like that bring you together and make the tour that much more fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The best part for me on that tour was Like a Storm was from New Zealand, and A Breach of Silence was from Australia. And they just like initially were like, I don't fucking like you. I don't like you.
Oh, that's right, because of Kiwis and all. That's right.
Yeah, Kiwis and Aussies. And the funny thing is they not really. It's kind of like a running joke that they hate each other.
I was like, I can't imagine either of those people ever hating anyone.
But the olive branch was Like a Storm did a cover of Thunderstruck by AC/DC. And so they invited up the bass player from his name's Blair from A Breach of Silence. He came up and sang it with them, and then they were best friends for the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. It was so much fun. Have you guys ever had moments what's that? Sorry.
Oh, for a long time I didn't know that AC/DC was an Australian band.
Yeah, they are.
I had for like longest time I had no idea.
What would your ideal tour package be? Like who would you want to tour with, and then that would be like, oh man, I can't wait to ever do this again.
So the Warrior Princess, Lean In Tours, and I Am Drum.
Best tour ever, right there.
I'm
Nailed
just kidding. Just embarrass everyone. Bring Me.
That would be hard.
Stars.
I want someone that we know though too. I want two people we don't know and one other band that we know, so that at least we know we're not alone.
I'd like to tour with New Year's Day, man. They're really cool people.
Yeah, that was a great tour.
That was a really, really, really fun tour. Like that was probably
Savage too. Savage.
my favorite tours for sure.
Yeah.
It was just like a lot. Like it was really like friendly and like fun, and it was like, I don't know. It wasn't like uptight in any way. It was just really relaxed. Like it almost felt like being home.
That's
It
always
was
the
a
best
vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a vacation. I wouldn't consider that a tour. That was a vacation. That's
We also
so...
all got drunk in New Orleans, and that was fun.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God, dude. And Frankie with his non-alcoholic beer.
No, Ash kept buying everybody Jello shot or those shot things. Those Jello.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
The syringes.
I like the syringe.
Yeah.
shot.
Okay. Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah, I also toured with Seven Dust in that band as well. We got to do a Canadian tour with Seven Dust. And
Hell yeah.
a band out of Bishop's gonna kill me. Crowbot as well. They're awesome.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's tight.
That was a hell of a tour.
Cool.
And before we crossed the border into Canada, we stopped in Butte, Montana. And I'm sitting in a hole in the wall bar in Butte, Montana, drinking 7s and 7s with Morgan Rose while he's playing Keno.
Yeah.
And just like
That's
hearing
so
him tell
sick, dude.
stories of like other tours that they've been on and making fun of Vinny when he's not there. And like, it was
so fucking great.
like sitting there going, I used to sing your songs in my basement on repeat, and now I'm sitting in a bar talking to you. What the fuck is my life right now?
Those are my favorite moments.
Yeah.
My favorite.
So
moments.
So you were saying, Josh?
Seven Dust was out on the cruise with us for
Shiprock?
I can't remember what it was called. Shiprock. Yeah, they were like the one of the main headliners. And
nice.
Seeing those dudes was like, I'm a huge fan of Seven Dust. Like I have the Seasons record. Like that's one of my all-time favorite records. And dude, watching Morgan Rose, that guy is a fucking monster on drums. Like no joke. That guy, and he screams too. Like even though it's kind of playback, whatever. But you know, he's still beating the hell.
It's still crazy.
Josh, you talking shit,
bro? No, not at all.
No.
That guy's fucking killing it. I don't know. I'd do the same thing if I was up there.
So that's one of your influences. Make it two or some of your influences on guitar then.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the Wiggles.
Teletubbies. Influences on guitar, you know, I feel like when I was a kid, I never really had specific influences for guitar. I was always really like focused on the song as a whole.
Okay.
So it was a lot of like listening to like the really popular songs and kind of, I felt like almost like dissecting parts of them, you know, like stuff like Journey and, you know, a lot of Iron Maiden, but you know, it was a lot of that kind of stuff and mostly metal, but yeah.
Right on. What about you, Kaylee? Who do you find in your voice and your style?
Demi Lovato, for sure.
Okay.
I loved her a lot growing up. Haley Williams, obviously. I always really envied women who had really powerful voices, like really strong. I really liked Jessie J was like later in life, but once again, another very strong vocalist. Have always been my favorite. There's just something so beautiful about like being able to like thoroughly wonderfully be able to project in such a beautiful manner that like really shows off a voice beyond just like, you know, soft singing.
Staircases.
Yeah, legit. Me right now, I'm actually working on a cover right now of have you guys heard of Ghost Atlas? Or so we're working on a cover of Sacred Organs right now, their acoustic version of that song. Jesse Cash, who's also in Era, He's the clean vocalist clean vocalist from Era. It's his side project.
Don't know what that is, but yeah, I know who the band is.
Yeah. But yeah, we're working on a cover of Sacred Organs right now, and I'm pushing myself to get higher. That's one of those things that I'm working on right now, is get that range up there. Yeah. I live in Colorado, man. I live down the street from like 17 dispensaries. It's
I gotta say, higher doesn't always mean louder.
Correct. That's what I'm learning slowly but surely. The choir life is starting to come back into play here, and it's been good.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to learn that.
Gain is not a volume.
Yes, exactly.
What'd you say?
The gain knob is not a volume.
Yeah.
Same on vocals, same thing.
Well, guys,
I just play drums.
It is when you play drums. That's true. But thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your evening to join me. It's always a pleasure to have awesome guests like you guys who make it so much fun. But this is the part of the show where I let you guys promote whatever the hell you want. And right now, you guys, the floor is yours.
What's up, we're Rivals? We have a new record coming out. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, we're Rivals? We have a new record coming out on March 19th. It is titled Sad Looks Pretty on Me. We have 4 singles out currently right now. Lavenders, Fake Rich, Sad Looks Pretty on Me, and Strawberries. And we have 1 more coming. It involves water because apparently we like water. That's all.
So our Patreon.
Listen to
our
us.
Patreon.
Yeah, follow us on Patreon, follow us on the social medias at We Are Rivals. We are RVLS. It's Rivals without the vowels. Come find us, come hang. We reply to pretty much everyone unless you creep us out.
Damn it. I knew I creeped you guys out. Shit.
And even then we still do sometimes. So
yeah. Well, for real, guys, thank you so much. This has been one of the more fun episodes I've had in quite some time. I'm very excited to get this out. I am so happy to finally get to talk to you guys. It's been fun. Tell Seb he sucks, but at the same time he's awesome because he's a bass player.
Okay, I'll let him know that he sucks, but not the other part. Okay.
I have video evidence of this. I can send it to him and be safe. Delete.
I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for having us. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, always. You guys are welcome back anytime. If you ever have anything to promote, feel free to reach out. I'm always down.
You should definitely do a podcast with Make It involving Star Wars.
Yeah, and make it. I'll reach out to you on Instagram, man. We'll talk about it and see if we can figure.
Super down. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. I got to get one of those skateboard decks. I got to figure out how to do that. You'll have to let me know.
Get one. They're so freaking cool. I have literally have a specific location in this office that I'm going to be hanging in.
Oh,
right,
wow.
Well, I'm gonna have to do some research on how to get it and get all that figured out so I can get one. But all right, guys, take care.
Bye.
Definitely.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
It almost feels like someone else is living my life. 'Cause it almost